going on, everybody? I got a black and white underused match here, and I know it's been a while, and man, I don't know, it just feels weird to be back doing this again. Sorry, it's been so long, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. I didn't think it was like my best quality, but I'm trying to get back to my battling potential, and as well as my narrating potential. So yeah, so against a dude that I met on the Smogan forums, of course. I always battle people there. And yeah, so let's get started. Hopefully my computer's not too loud. It sounds like a fucking like tractor. But I lead with Flygon. He leads with Victini. I'm just going to go for the U-turn because I know it's super effective damage. I'm pretty sure Flygon's quicker. I didn't want to look it up because I was so lazy, but I think it had higher base speed, assuming we were both scarfed. So he goes out to Swampert. The U-turn doesn't do too much. I'm just going to go out to my Shaman. And, you know, I was going to go for Seed Flare, just, you know, do the most obvious move, get some damage. But, obviously, he's going to switch out, go into his Roserade. It's not going to do too much. I do get the Spec D drop, but it won't matter too much. So, here I was predicting, since this is the first actual, like, time I battled in, like, months, the first thing I remember was Roserade setting up like toxic spikes or something, but he sleep powders my Darmanitan, which sucks. So I'm gonna lose. Probably, I think that's the reason why I lost this match. Spoilers, because I didn't have Darmanitan, I think. So I'm gonna go out into my Flygon here, and he's gonna Leech Seed me. Now he's gonna switch out, fearing, I don't know, maybe a U-turn, something like that. And he's gonna go into his Hitmontop, which is kind of annoying because it's gonna intimidate me. Pretty much, my U-turn's not going to do shit, but I do get switch initiative, which is always good. I'm going to go out to my Zapdos here because I know that most Hitmontops, I think all Hitmontops can't touch my bulky defensive Zapdos. Maybe if they carry Ice Punch, if they even can learn that, I don't know, but he's going to switch out, predicting my Thunderbolt, and I was predicting the Swampert to come back in since I've already seen it, and I just went for the Toxic, and it works out perfectly because I think this is a standard Swampert, which is kind of bulky, not like a Choice Band variant or whatever. Still, it's always good to have it Toxic. Anyway, I'm going to switch to Shaman here, knowing that my Zapdos won't be able to do much, and he can't do much to me either, so he sets up his rocks. And my Shaman's in here, and I'm just going to switch out, predicting a double switch, because I know he's not going to want to stay on a Seed Flare. And I go into Registeel, predicting, I can't remember what I was predicting at all, but he ends up going into his Victini, and I'm kind of screwed because a V-Create will just blow me the fuck up. And I'm going to go into Suicune, whatever you want to call it, and I think he predicts this, I'm pretty sure he did, and he goes for a Fusion Bolt on his Victini, and that's going to do a pretty good chunk of damage. I mean, I am a bold 252 defense, 252 HP Suicune, and that is non-stab from, I think, a Scarf Victini, so I can easily take another one. But I'm going to switch out, not wanting to risk it since I do need Suicune for later. I was going to my Flygon knowing that I can completely resist it, and just to make sure he's Scarf, but he's going to switch out to his Swampert. And I'm just going to go for another U-turn here because I figure I might as well get as much damage as I can, get Switch Initiative, and just see what he's going to do. So I'm going to go with Registeel here. I was pretty positive he wasn't going to go for the Earthquake because it wouldn't hurt my Flygon at all. And he goes for Ice Beam, which would have hurt my Flygon like hell. And what do you know, he gets the Freeze. So I have one Pokemon asleep and one Pokemon frozen. So Hax is pretty much just killing me. Well, you guys will see later. I get him back with Hax later in the game. So he's going to go out into his Hitmontop here, and I'm just going to switch because I don't know why I want to save it. Man, I don't know. Maybe I just want to save it for later. I don't really know why. I can't remember my thinking process there. But I'm going to go out into my Shaman. I think, yeah, okay, I'm going to go for the Leech Seed just to try and stall, get back some HP, and take out his Hitmontop slowly. And he's going to go for Close Combat. Won't do too much. I have 252 HP on this one, and I'm pretty sure he's not invested. If he is, it's very little. And that's not going to do too much. I know I can take at least a few more, and his defenses are now lowered. So I'm just going to go for that Hidden Power Ice, predicting a Roserade switch in, which works out perfectly because Roserade, he sends in his Roserade, and surprisingly, it's not going to do very much. I mean, I don't think I have too much invested in special attack. I can't even remember. It's been so long. But he's going to set up a layer of spikes, and I'm just going to go for another hidden power ice just to try and kill it off as fast as I can. And it's looking like it's going to be 2 more hits for a KO, and he's going to switch out, maybe not wanting to risk it or something. And he's going to go into his Victini. I'm just going to hidden power again. And it's not going to do really much at all. So I'm going to switch out, fearing a Flare, no, not Flare Blitz, V-Create. And I decided to go into Registeel here as Death Fodder because it's already frozen. I didn't even care, but he's just going to U-turn, predicting me to go into something else and check my check to his Victini. And he's going to go out, U-turn out into his Azumarill, whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going to set up my rocks here because actually I was just planning on leaving it in and dying to a superpower, but I get unfrozen, which is pretty cool. I'm able to set up my rocks, and that's pretty much all Registeel does, which is pretty good. Now I know he's choice banded because I didn't see anything, any life orb, whatever, and his attack and defense are lowered, so I'm just going to go out into my Shaman. And I mean, I was predicting a Roserade switch in, but I don't want to be caught off guard, I guess, and have him stay in and my hidden power eyes not do anything and him hit me with a superpower. So I just went for the safe Seed Flare, and it doesn't do too much to his Roserade, but I do get the Spec D drop. He's going to set up, I think that's his second layer of spikes, and I'm just going to take him out with another Seed Flare just in case he wanted to switch, because I didn't want to go for a hidden power ice if he wanted to switch into like Victini for, I don't even know. I just went for it, and it worked out fine. So he's going to go into Victini. I'm just going to protect to get some leftovers, see what he wants to lock himself into because I know he's scarfed. And I'm just going to switch out here and go to my Zapdos now that I know what he's locked into. And my Zapdos is going to be getting hurt by these rocks, which kind of sucks, and I don't have a spinner on this team. And he's still going to stay in, go for that U-turn that he's locked himself into. Won't do too much. He's going to go out to a Swampert here, and at this point, I just want to like get the Swampert dead. I mean, I want the Toxic to just rack up and kill it so I can just pretty much just go ahead and try and start beating him because Swampert's kind of in my way. I'm going to go for a Roost here, predicting an Ice Beam, and I'm trying to get up my HP to as much as possible, but he's actually carrying a Scald. I mean, maybe I've missed something and Scald became popular on Swamperts, but when I used to play a while ago, I never saw Scalds on Swamperts. But what do you know, he gets the burn first turn. This guy loves hacks, or hacks is in his favor this match so far. And that burn's just going to be annoying. I mean, I don't have physical moves, obviously, but it's just going to be residual damage on me, slowing me down. I'm going to Roost again here, just trying to stall him out of that Toxic. Get it to full health. He's going for another Scald. And it's not doing too much at all. It's doing like 10% health. With the burn in my leftovers, it'll end up being like 15% damage every turn. But the Toxic's taking its toll on him, which is pretty much why I'm staying in here, to try and get this thing killed. But here I'm going to switch out and go to my Suicune, predict another Scald. And I wasn't really sure. I kind of forgot about the entry hazards, but it works out perfectly that he hits me with a Scald, the 2 layers of spikes hit me, and the Stealth Rock hits me. I live with 28 HP, and I know I'm going to outspeed it next turn. I'm going to get some leftovers here, which I guess kind of helps, and I'm going to go for my Rest here. And this is a Crocoon mono-attacking Suicune. It has Sleep Talk, Rest, Scald, and Roar. And I'm going to get up to full health here, which is awesome. And his Swampert is going to die next turn to Toxic. He's going to go for an Earthquake here, I think just to hit me with as much damage as he can before he dies. But that's not going to do too much to me. As I said, I'm a max defense Suicune. And I'm sitting at about 95% HP here. And his Swampert is going to die off to Toxic. So he's going into a Sceptile, whatever you want to say. I don't know. I call it Sceptile, whatever floats your boat. And I was fearing like a Leaf Blade or Leaf Storm, and I'm going to go into my Flygon here. I'm not really sure why. Maybe this is what I wanted to sacrifice at the time. And Leaf Storm is going to miss, which is cool. I'm going to be faster since I am Scarfed. I'm predicting him to be Specs. I hit him with that U-turn. That's pretty good damage. And I'm going to switch out to my Shaman here, predicting another grass move, just in case he is locked in, and he is Specs. And he hits me with a Leaf Storm, and that will actually kill me off. This must be a Specs Sceptile, because at this time when I was battling, I knew it had to be a Specs Sceptile because of the damage it did there. And Shaman, I have full HP on it, or like 252 investment, and it has pretty good natural Spec D, so I'm going to go into my Flygon here, knowing I can U-turn for the kill, but he's going to obviously predict that, go into his Hitmontop, intimidate me, and it won't do anything. So I'm going to go into my Darmanitan here, I guess just as fodder, because it's asleep, and the Stealth Rocks and Spikes pretty much screw him over. And I don't think I've made a video with this Darmanitan before, but this is actually not a Scarf Darmanitan. It's a Focus Punch Darmanitan with Encore and Fire Punch, and it doesn't work as well as a Scarf one, so I recommend you use the Scarf one, but it's always good to catch your opponent off guard with. And I shouldn't, in hindsight here, I shouldn't have switched out, because I think I go into Suicune here, but I think my Darmanitan dies to the entry hazards on returning into battle. I can't remember. I think it does, or maybe that's the next turn. But yeah, I'm still asleep here, going for that Sleep Talk, and I end up getting the Rest, which kind of sucks. And he's just going to go for a Bulk Up, and I'm thinking, this is going to suck, because he can just set up all day on me with those Bulk Ups, and he'll eventually be able to like sweep the rest of my team. And I'm just praying for a Roar here, because a Scald would help, but I'm just praying for a Roar. And I Sleep Talk, and what do you know, I get the Roar, so I get to bounce his ass out of here. His Victini's dragged out. I'm thinking, alright, this is probably the best option that could have been brought in, since I know I'm going to wake up next turn. But I do switch out, because I was predicting, I thought pretty hard here. I was predicting a Fusion Bolt, but he's just going to play it safe and go for the Zen Headbutt. It just stabs, pretty strong move, and it'll hit the rest of my team for pretty good damage, as you see there. And it kills off my Flygon, because Flygon's pretty frail. But now, as 5th gen mechanics work, even on like Rest, I still have 2 more turns of sleep now, because I switched out on the last turn. So I'm going to have to get really lucky and Sleep Talk a Scald or something, because he's going to hit me with the Zen Headbutt. I'm going to be at 62 HP. I'm almost going to die. Get that Sleep Talk, and what do you know, I get the Scald. So luck's working in my favor right now. I'm going to be able to kill off his Victini and get some lefties, be up to about 90 health or so. And he's sending in his, I think, 3rd or 2nd to last Pokemon, which is his Hitmontop, which is pretty much full health. Gonna intimidate me, won't do too much, and pretty much I'm just gonna go for another Sleep Talk and hope for the best, get a Roar or Scald, and I get a Roar, which is pretty cool. Sending this stuff around, getting some entry hazard damage, what little damage that is. Goes in a Sceptile, whatever, and it kind of sucks, because he's just gonna Leaf Storm me. I'm just going to leave my Suicune in here, because it's asleep, the entry hazards will kill it, and there's no point in switching to have my other Pokemon take damage. So I'm going to go into my Darmanitan here, and I'm just praying to wake up, because if I do, then I can actually have a chance of this. He's going to go for a Leaf Storm. It's going to hit my Darmanitan and take it out, because he has Specs. Even after a -2 from that last one, it still takes me out, because Darmanitan's pretty frail. So that sucks. My Darmanitan's gone. That's my last chance of winning. Gonna go out to my Zapdos here. Get nailed by the Stealth Rocks. He's gonna switch out. And I think I just go for the T-Bolt here. Yeah, he goes into his Hitmontop. And I'm just gonna hit him with a T-Bolt, because I was trying to do as much damage as I could. Because Toxic wouldn't really do anything to the Sceptile. So just try and do as much damage as I can. Does pretty decent damage to a Hitmontop. I'm gonna have to have 2 more hits on it for the KO. And that burn is really taking its toll on me, so hit him with another Thunderbolt here, and he's pretty close to dying. He's going to go for another Bulk Up, and I'm thinking, what's he doing? I'm just going to kill him off right here with a Thunderbolt. And then I thought, oh wait, these things always have Mach Punch or Sucker Punch. So I was predicting a Mach Punch here, but he ends up having Sucker Punch. So I could have went for a Roost here, predicting I could have went for a Roost and gotten full health, and a Sucker Punch would have done nothing. But he's going to hit me with a Sucker Punch. I'm going to live, finish it off with a Thunderbolt, and I'm going to live with 4 HP on my Zapdos from that burn. He's going to send his Azumarill and just Aqua Jet me for the win. So that was a pretty good game. I think once I start getting back into battling and making better teams and stuff, I can come out with better videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I should have some more videos coming out soon. I'm trying to get back into this. So yeah, tell me what you think. Bye.